I started my career as a 17-year-old guy thinking I could get through Special Forces, but I only weighed 101 pounds. So I started pumping iron. I joined the Army in 1979 under a contract to join Special Forces. From when I went in the Army till I got my beret was 18 months. There were so many times I wanted to quit. I mean, literally it was blood, sweat, and tears. I made it. And the best thing about making it was I realized I could do anything that I set my mind to, because I saw a lot of guys much bigger than me that fell to the wayside. And that gave me confidence for the rest of my life. I was asked during phase 3 if I would be an instructor. And my job was to not only take care of the students when they got hurt or sick, but to provide instruction from first aid to personal hygiene. And almost immediately I knew I was going to get out and go to college. After college, after earning my commission and serving in Special Forces Reserve Unit, I went back on active duty as a military intelligence officer. I got married and we had a baby and made the decision then to exit active duty and enter civilian life. And that was a big decision and a big transition, because I had spent the formative years from age 17 to age 26 in the military. And then to go out into the scary civilian business world was a big leap, and I had responsibilities with a wife and a child. We didn't have enough money saved up. I had no self-confidence. I didn't know how to wear a suit. I didn't know anything.
The Army makes you feel safe. You don't have to make any decision. Everything's done for you.
You'll have a lot of people that will tell you in the military, you know, you're not going to make it out there. You know, you need to stay here, it's stable, it's secure. Well, it's not. You know, the insurance I had was me. And I think the self-confidence came from Special Forces. And what I knew was it all involved preparation. You know, so for a year, I mean, I was disciplined, and every night, you know, I spent 2 to 4 hours trying to understand myself and my strengths and how my skills translated. I knew, you know, that I needed just, you know, to backward plan, just like I learned in the military. But I was a medic, and I remember interacting with pharmaceutical sales reps. That's where I focused, was healthcare and a number of pharmaceutical companies.
So we left the Army on Friday, and Monday he started his new job, so it worked out really well for us.
I figured out, boy, I could take care of my family. You know, it was according to how hard I wanted to work. Just like the military, my job changed about every year to a year and a half. I took on promotions and more responsibility, and they provided tremendous developmental opportunities. I always knew that, you know, somewhere around age 50, I wanted to be on my own. You know, with the book that I wrote and with the courses I've taught as an adjunct professor, that's really my passion and my focus, is helping organizations go to the next level from a people perspective. I think that's our biggest commitment, you know, coming out of Special Forces. We went in to train and to free the oppressed. Same thing applies in the business world. You know, you're a force multiplier. That's what your job is as a leader. One of the aspects that I think is important for a transition perspective is the whole idea of networking. You know, networking conjures up an idea of a really uncomfortable cocktail party, and that's not what networking really is. It's about connecting with people, connecting the dots. As a guy that's interviewed thousands of people and looked at thousands of resumes, I mean, the time I've spent on any one resume is probably 15 seconds. It just almost doesn't matter. So when you're out looking, it's not about writing a great resume. It is about connecting with people, understanding what their challenges are, and figuring out how you can help them. You know, that transition is really just one more crucible. And just like when you're climbing a mountain, you have milestones and check marks and rally points, or whatever you want to call them. Same thing in your transition. You need to have those milestones. You need to be able to check your progress. You need to be able to tell yourself, hey, I've done a great job, and celebrate the little successes. And when you have the failures, to take a step back and figure out, you know, how do I need to approach this differently? Where I'm at in my life now, I'm so grateful for, you know, everything I've been through, the adversity, you know, the lows of my career when things didn't go well. I'm grateful for all those experiences. One of the big differences between the military and civilian life is you're really the master of your own destiny. You know, how hard you want to work, how disciplined you want to be, how focused. if you work hard, you can have the life that you want, a life that's meaningful.